Hello everyone. So in this video, I will talk about the prompting techniques. First of all, let's start with the structure, how to write a good prompt. So here I have a, a prompt which is about generating the unique brand names. So let's go through the structure clearly and then we'll run it and see how's the performance of this prompt. Uh, the first of all, I will mention the role which this model has to attain for for giving me the output. In this case, since my requirement is to create a unique brand names for a particular business, I'm just saying you're an expert in creating unique brand names for whatever business we want to pass it. And I'll show an example like AI based software services company. Then I provide the context. Like at this point, we are into the business of generating unique brand names, which means I'm telling the model that what is the context behind this set of tasks which it has to perform. So we're telling that okay, we are in a business of generating unique brand names, and one of the customer is looking for a unique name for their again the business, whatever it is the core business they are into. And then finally I say your tasks are listed below. Now here we need to be explicit about uh, what kind of actions model should perform. So we know that okay, we need good names, creative, innovative names. So we need to mention okay, generate four creative. I'm looking for four names because I can just get four different variants of the name and I can choose one of them, or I can put any number, but it makes sure that this number is not large because a model has a limitation in terms of generation or text when it comes to prompting. So also I'm asking not just the name, I'm also asking the description of the prompt. So this is the description. Then I'm wanting the name to be having meaning, based on the whatever business I am into. So this is the business. So what I'm trying to say, I'll be giving some input. Like I'm looking for a name which is related to automation, optimization, transformation. So that's the input I can give to the prompt. So meaning should be relevant to these three words. The name should be clearly represent customer core business, which is my business. And the length of the generated, I mentioned the limit should not exceed more than 10 letters. Generated name should always be English word, but it can have a relevant meaning either in Greek, Latin, Hindi, and Sanskrit. And use any number between 0 to 9. So sometimes we get to see the names with the numbers, like appended to the in the middle start or end. So I'm giving that option also, that okay, if you don't find if you find something very unique or relevant, then you can add a number or digit between 0 to 9. And then I'm just putting this last line just for to put back model attention that how the name should be, how unique it should be, how catchy it should be. So this is the structure. So what I'll do is I'll go to the chat gpt and try to run this prompt. So let me take this first example where I already have this company name, AI based software services. I'm trying to say automation optimization. Let's run this. So here we have ChatGPT. All right, let's see. So GPT has given me four names like SynthIQ, Optifuse, Company Flex, Transcult, and I can ask more if I want, if I need more, because I made the chat interface, so I can continue discussion here as this prompt or the chat conversation prompt already has a context, what I'm talking about. So it continued to give me more names, so I can pick one of them. But if you see, sometimes model is not following the limit. I mentioned that it should not be more than 10. So here it is, I think it's going out of, it's more than 10 words, 10 letters. So but there are unique names which we got here. Now let me try the same option with Bard. And this is powered by Gemini Pro, which was launched last month. So here it has come up with the short names, shorter than, I'll say that, for example, it has also used number 9 and number 10 for the the word which we were looking for, and it also mentioned 10 signifies potential and a drive towards. achieving tenfold optimization. So good names I got. I can keep trying and keep tweaking the prompt. But if you see what I wanted, I'm getting that output from the model. Now, if let's say I have requirement where I want words like a little bit more, like a combination of two words. I don't want a single word. Then I can add few things like the length of the generated name should be combination of two unique words as shown in the samples below. Here I put DeepMind, Cognimate, Evolve, Expand, and then length of the generated name should not exceed more than 14 letters because I want to make sure it is the name is still within the limit in terms of length. Let me try this and see how ChatGPT is performing. I will do one thing. I will use the new chat here and use that one. So if you see here, it has started following the instruction where I asked, use two words because I give an example, and this is what we meant by few shots. So now from the structure, we move to the second part, which is few shots in which I tell the model that you can refer the sample or example which I'm giving in the prompt to come up with your response. So since the words were like DeepMind, Cognimate, so similarly it has come up with a quantumize. It used two words and mix it. Synthet IQ, and then OptiSync. So basically, it is trying to merge these two words rather than using them as it is. So, like for example, CogniCraft, combination of cognition and craft. Let's try to see how Bart come up with the output for few shots from. Right. So here it has come up with the combination of two words like quanta leap, metamorph, okay, and ignite AI and algorithmic. So I think it is just trying to use the word, uh, pronounce it a little bit different or spell it a little bit different. But yes, it has also done a good job in terms of giving the output which I was looking for. And let's go, and it has also given me some input. For example, I can use .ai or .io for further emphasizing my brand focus on AI technology. So let's go to the next part. So this concludes our the structure and the prompting technique. So now for the generation. Now let's go to the next part, which is generation but with reasoning. So in this example, what I have is I have a prompt where I'm asking a model to act as a database administrator and help user generate correct DML statements. Basically, I have a table structure. I'm looking for help from model to generate a dummy data. Now, how do I go about it? I just mentioned this is a role. You're a database administrator. This is a context, which I'm saying that you know the user has created the new schema, and there are the four tables, and out of which two tables are already populated by the user. And here I'm giving the table information. But basically, I need to tell, which table has how many records. Like when I insert a record in XYZ table, then I need to tell, okay, how many records are inserted for a given scenario. So in this case, order every table like customer products and orders have one record for each transaction. But in case of sales, what is happening is the sales table has sales is at the level of product. For example, if I'm giving an order of multiple products, so I have a one record in the order table, but I have multiple records based on number of products which I choose to buy. So sales will have respective records in the sales table. That's clearly I'm mentioning here. Information about the sales table various product as a part of single order, one record per product and multiple records for single order. Also, the amount column contains the derived value using the formula product price and sales quantity. So here the value in this table, let me show you the table. So this is a customer table with a very basic information. I already populated it. This is the product table. Then this is a dummy data which I already populated. Then we have order table. It has only four columns, and then sales, which has again five columns. But here the amount is populated with some logic. That's what I was highlighting here. That amount column contains a derived value using the formula product price into sales quantity. So here we have a product ID. So it means whenever I pick up the product from the product table, for example, let's say smartphone, it has a amount 599. If somebody orders two, then it has to calculate and then populate the value in the amount. So this is a reasoning. Now here is the task which I'm mentioning for a model. So I'm asking pick up the two customers from the customer table and random products from the product table and generate order record. First of all, generate the order record for each customer. Then generate orders with random dates for the year 2023. Then I'm saying then think step by step and pick up one order at a time and generate respective records for the sales table. You will use the correct product price for the product while using it for the sales table. And I'm again mentioning that amount column of the sales table will be calculated based on the formula quantity into product price. And then generated table records should strictly follow the relationship with other tables. So let's try to just run this example, this prompt, and see how does our models perform. So for ChatGPT, it is 3.5 turbo, and for Bard it is Gemini Pro. Okay, so here I am. Go to new prompt window. All right. So here the model is coming up with insert statement. So let's see. It has picked up. All right. It is still doing it. So let it finish the task. All right. It is continuing with orders. Generate the sales record for each other. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. So let's see what happens here. So first generate the order record for two customers with random products. So means orders. So we have a customer. So it inserted the customer ID. It picked up first customer, and then it created the inserting the sales record for product in the order for customer. So basically first it created the order with quantity zero, and then again it put the quantity zero for the sales, and then it used the product. I think it was product one, and then it used product three or 93, but it did not populate the amount yet. Now it is doing update the total amount in the order table for a customer one. So here this record is for customer one. So what it is telling is update orders. The total amount is equal to sum of the or sales amount. So sum of the sales amount where one, and then insert into orders. So now this is doing for customer two. I think it is just repeating. Now, task two was generate orders with random dates. So it generated the orders with a random date. Basically, it has taken the task separately, wherever it was a combination of the task. But let's see. Okay, it has generated the orders with a random date. Then task three was generate sales record for each order. So it has generated that here sales record for that. Now we'll see that did we get the outcome what we were looking for. We wanted to have a data in sales and order table, but did we get that? I don't see that, because when you see here amount is getting some, amount is actually zero. It is not populating the amount, so it will be populated at zero. So when I execute the statements, so let's see how does the Bard come up with a solution for this problem. So I'll put the same prompt, right? So here we have insert statement for order first. So we got it. Select one timestamp this union all order for customer five with random product and date. Okay, it followed the instruction. So basically generating orders for two customers with random product. That was my first instruction. So it has done that. Generating sales record for each order. So now let's see how it is generating the sales record. Now it is doing what it is doing is it is inserting into the sales table order ID. So order ID is something which we got in a previous, assuming that this order ID is 1 because it is the first record, and then product ID 4, quantity 2. So 2 is, it is saying running shoes, and then union all this. So it is just putting these couple of select statements, and then populate, and then this is sales record for order 2. So it is populating again without the amount yet. Now it is saying updating the amount column in a sales table. Now what it is doing is it is updating the amount in the sales table. So basically, if you look at this query, look at this query, the way it has come up: update sales, set amount. Now what it is doing, it the amount which it is setting is, it is using the instruction very clearly which was given here, in terms of the amount column of the sales table will be calculated based on the formula quantity into product dot price. So here, quantity into, this was the quantity, and I think the product, wait 1 second, okay, yes. So here it is taking querying the product table, where it is putting product ID as the sales dot product ID into quantity. So quantity it already knows, so it picked up the price from the product table and then calculated it, and that is what it is setting as the amount. But but the problem here is this update statement is not correct or not complete, because this is setting for all the sales records. It is not mentioning for the sales ID here. Okay. Next, updating total amount in the orders. So again, it is for the, it is just updating the orders table in the same manner, by doing the sum of the sales, where order ID is equal to order ID. This is fine, but again, it is doing for all the orders. It is not putting the order ID as a filter. So then it has given me this. Now we see that, okay, both the models have done something to come up with the answer which was populating the dummy data, but both were not correct in terms of outcome. So it means we have to improve the prompt. So let me add this last one more line, which is where I'm trying to give a example in terms of how to come up with the insert statement. So refer below mentions simple insert statement to understand how to generate the record. So here I'm mentioning that, okay, this is the order table. We take the customer ID 1, customer ID 2. This is a random time. Then this is the amount, total amount. This is for order ID 1 and order ID 2. Then I'm mentioning that this is a sales table. So there I mentioned 3 records. One for order ID 1. This is order ID 1. Then 2 for order ID 2 with two different products, product ID 3 and 2 with quantity 1 each. And then I'm explaining it, the value of the total amount in the order table is 150 because there are two transactions, which is the sum of these two. So this is what I'm mentioning here. Now let's try to do this, run this now and see the outcome. Basically, this is again a few short example. So first we'd go with the bard. Okay, it's taking time. All right, it is come now. So here the so okay, so here the insert statement for order then sales table. So let's see what it has come up with. It has inserted the record in orders. Okay, it has already populated the amount in for both the customers, customer ID 2 and customer ID 9. Let's see how it has come up with this number. So here what it has done is insert into sales table, and there it is saying select get serial sequence number. Okay, so current value, I think it is taken from the orders, order ID as order ID, and then amount, this is product ID quantity 4, and let's see did it calculate correctly or not. Now here it is putting the amount, which should be multiplication of number of quantities, which is number of units, which is quantity, into product price. So for product ID 5, let's go and check what was the price of the product ID 5. So it was 1299. Okay, so if you see here, if I multiply 1299 with 4, it is not. the correct value of the amount. So this one is not correct, although it has come up with some improvement on how to drive the values. Okay, next, and it has also explained me, how it has come up with that. Let me go to the chat GPT and try this one. Same prompt. All right, so let's see what it is doing first. All right, so let's see what it has come up with. So first it has created orders with a zero amount, so dummy value for total amount. To be, it has mentioned clearly to be updated later. Fine. Then it has done a sum of amount from this orders, sorry, from the sales table, where order ID is matching with the order ID. Okay, and then order ID and this. Okay, and then it is generating the sales table record. So basically this update will be based on some of the sales record. So basically it has given me both the statements for order table, but I think I we need to execute this first. Hold on the update statement and first generate the sales insert sales record. Now let's see what is the sales record here it has come up with. So order ID 1, so this is order ID 1, product ID 1, and then product ID 4. There are two records. So for the product ID 1 it has ordered two quantities, and for product ID 4 it has ordered one quantity. Now let's see how it is populating the amount. So what it is doing is it is running the query. So it is saying, if you look at the select price from this table product where product ID is equal to 1. So product ID is 1 here, into 2 because the amount quantity was 2, here into 1 because quantity was 1. So if I run this query, definitely I will get the correct value because it is referring the table rather than coming up with the hard coded value. Same thing it has done there. And once I do this, once I run these two insert multiple four insert statements, or populate four records in the sales table, then I come back and update here, run the update statement here. Then what will happen, this amount will be populated. So we see that chat gpt 3.5 turbo model is able to give me a correct answer by breaking the problem in subtask and using the reasoning to come up with the right method of how to drive the value rather than calculating it itself and then coming up with the answer which is wrong in case of bard. So we can do improvement on the prompt to get the better result from bard. Doesn't mean that bard is not efficient, but I'm saying that this is the real skill which we need to build. Prompting is not one way or some other way. It is just following some structure, which I explained in the start of the mod on the video, and then make sure that we fine tune it from and try it with different model with different combination to see, okay, this is the value I'm getting, and and I need to freeze all the settings there in terms of temperature, uh, and other settings which are related to the model. Here we did not touch the model settings because we were using the chat interface. But if I use the API or the playground version of these model, we have a capability to tweak the model or influence the model outcome by using the temperature as one of the important field. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.